Hello. Have you ever wondered, I've been eating cheese all my life. Why should I avoid certain types now that I'm 60? Or is cheese raising my blood pressure and cholesterol? If you've ever felt indigestion after a piece of cheddar, or your doctor has advised you to limit cheese for heart reasons, then this video is for you. But don't worry, we're not telling you to give up cheese completely. On the contrary, there are some cheeses that are extremely beneficial for older adults, if you choose the right ones. Little known truth. Cheese is a double-edged sword for people over 60. Dr. Linda Marks, a geriatric nutritionist in New Jersey, warns that many of my patients come to me with high blood pressure, diabetes, or cardiovascular disease, and when they look back, cheese is one of the silent culprits. Why is that? Cheese is a nutritious fermented food, but some types are very high in sodium, saturated fat, and artificial additives, which are extremely unsuitable for people over 60. Physiological changes after age 60 make you more vulnerable. The kidneys function less effectively, making it difficult to process excess sodium and calcium. Blood vessel walls weaken, making them vulnerable to high blood pressure. The digestive system is poorly absorbed, making it easy to get bloated and constipated when eating unsuitable cheese. The ability to absorb vitamin D and calcium decreases. If you eat the wrong type of cheese, you may absorb the wrong calcium-phosphorus ratio, leading to osteoporosis. A study from Tufts University showed that postmenopausal women who ate the wrong type of cheese had a 38% higher risk of hip fracture than those who ate the right type. So should you give up cheese completely? The answer is nitrogen monoxide. On the contrary, naturally fermented cheeses, low in sodium and rich in probiotics, can help increase bone density, lower blood pressure, improve digestion, reduce arthritis, increase the ability to absorb vitamin K2, an important nutrient for the heart and joints, often deficient in the elderly. According to a survey of 1,500 Americans aged 60 and older, the group that ate fermented cheeses, such as Swiss cheese or Parmesan, every day had a 27% lower risk of cardiovascular disease than the group that avoided cheese completely. Common mistake: choosing cheese for taste, not health. Robert, 68 years old, of Ohio, shared that he often bought cheddar cheese because it was delicious and easy to eat with bread, without knowing a slice of cheddar contains more than 180 milligrams of sodium and 6 grams of saturated fat. Eating 2 to 3 slices a day will exceed the recommended amount of saturated fat for seniors. After switching to fresh mozzarella cheese and adding feta to salads every day, Robert said, "My blood pressure dropped after 6 weeks. My stomach was lighter, and I was no longer bloated after dinner." Keep this in mind before you go to the supermarket. Not all cheeses are the same. Some can strengthen your bones and keep your heart beating steadily, but others secretly increase your risk of stroke, osteoporosis, and blood pressure. Are you ready to clean out your refrigerator and change the type of cheese you eat every day? In the next section, you'll discover 4 familiar types of cheese that you should stay away from as soon as possible, especially after the age of 60. Continue reading to protect your bone, heart, and digestive health starting today. 4 types of cheese you should never touch after 60. If you are thinking, all cheese is made from milk, so what's so bad about it? Then this is the time to take a closer look at the label. Not all cheeses are the same, and some can be silent enemies of your heart, kidneys, and joints. After the age of 60, your body is more vulnerable to factors such as saturated fat, high sodium, chemical preservatives, or lack of beneficial bacteria. Here are 4 types of cheese that nutritionists say older people should absolutely avoid. 1. American cheese, fake cheese disguised as real. It sounds familiar, but this is the type that tops the red warning list. American cheese is usually not real cheese, but a product made from milk powder, vegetable oil, color additives, and thickeners. It contains very high sodium, One slice can contain up to 400 to 450 milligrams of sodium. Saturated fat, about 5-6 grams slice. Artificial yellow coloring chemicals, such as annatto or synthetic keratin. Dr. Harold Benton warns. People over 60 have sensitive kidney function and blood pressure, so a slice of American cheese a day can increase the risk of kidney failure, high blood pressure, and increased bad cholesterol. In short, this type of cheese is cheap but full of risks for the elderly. 2. Cream cheese, the culprit of increased belly fat and inflammation. Many people love the soft, rich, and flavorful feel of cream cheese. But for seniors, it can cause inflammation, increase cholesterol, and lack beneficial nutrients. 1 tablespoon of cream cheese contains 9 grams of fat, 6 of which are saturated. No probiotics, very little calcium for the calories. Furthermore, cream cheese is not fermented and does not contain probiotics, leaving the digestive system unsupported. Dr. Megan Fuller shares, older people need foods that support the intestines and circulation. Cream cheese does the opposite, causing inflammation and fatigue the liver. 3. Regular cheddar cheese, a potential trap for older people. Not all cheddar is bad, but the popular, industrially produced variety contains more sodium and fat and is safe for people over 60. A 28 grams slice of cheddar contains nearly 200 milligrams of sodium, about 9 grams of fat, 6 grams of which is saturated. Contains no live bacteria. You might think, I only eat a little bit every day. But when added to sandwiches, breakfast eggs, and afternoon snacks, your sodium and fat intake can exceed the recommended daily allowance in just one meal. Processed cheddar can also upset the balance of calcium and phosphorus, weakening bones over time if eaten frequently and in large amounts, experts warn. 4. Processed cheese sauces, cheese spreads. This type is often found in cheese sauce for nachos, burgers, cooking boxes for biscuits, cheese sprays. Technically, many of these are no longer considered real cheese as they contain hydrogenated palm oil, flavoring and coloring additives. Sodium content exceeds 600 to 800 milligrams per serving. Dr. Rachel Monroe shares, I call this chemical cheese. They have no nutritional value suitable for the elderly and can easily cause high blood pressure, insomnia, and visceral fat accumulation. So what should you do? Don't let the habits from your 40s and 50s continue to cause harm when you're over 60. Remove the above 4 types of cheese from your refrigerator as soon as possible. Instead, the next part will give you a list of 4 types of cheese you should eat every day, recommended by nutritionists to increase bone density, lower blood pressure, supplement beneficial bacteria in the gut, reduce chronic inflammation, support weight control. Keep following, where you will discover which types of cheese are truly superfoods for the elderly and how to intelligently incorporate them into your daily meals. 4 types of cheese you must eat every day after 60. If the previous part made you wonder, so which one should I eat anyway? Then this is the answer. The good news is that there are cheeses that are both delicious and healthy for people over 60, and also help prevent osteoporosis, protect the heart, improve digestion, reduce inflammation, all with the right choices. Nutrition experts from the Mayo Clinic, Harvard, and the American Institute of Geriatric Nutrition have agreed that the following cheeses should appear daily in the diet of older people, if used properly. 1. Ricotta cheese, soft, mild, and digestion-friendly. Ricotta is made from the whey left over from the cheese-making process, so it is lower in fat than cheddar, Gouda, or cream cheese. Rich in gentle casein protein, which helps maintain muscle mass. Low in sodium. Easy to digest, suitable for people with sensitive stomachs. Dr. Susan Howell recommends, ricotta is a great choice for breakfast for the elderly, served with fruit, whole grain bread, or mixed into oatmeal. In addition, ricotta also contains a balanced amount of calcium and phosphorus, helping to strengthen bones without putting pressure on the kidneys. 2. Fresh mozzarella cheese, good for the heart, light on the stomach. Not all mozzarella is the same. Fresh mozzarella is the most ideal type for the elderly. Less sodium than hard cheeses. Less saturated fat. Contains live probiotic bacteria, especially Lactobacillus casei, which helps improve the intestines. Easy to combine with vegetables, salads, tomatoes, Mediterranean meals. A study in Italy found that people over 65 who ate fresh mozzarella at least 3 times a week had a 22% lower risk of high blood pressure than those who did not eat cheese. 3. Feta cheese, rich in calcium, easy to absorb. Feta is not only mildly fragrant and moderately salty, but also has many health benefits. Made from goat or sheep milk, it is easier to digest than cow's milk. High in calcium, supporting bones and joints. Contains short-chain fatty acids, anti-inflammatory, supporting digestion. Has a rich flavor, so you don't need to eat much to feel delicious. Dr. Paula Kramer explains. Feta is a good natural condiment for the elderly. Just 1 small spoon is enough flavor without causing salt or fat overload. Although a bit salty, a small amount of feta each day will not affect you if you balance it with green vegetables and other low-sodium foods. 4. Real Parmesan cheese, superfood for bones and guts. Real Parmesan is the oldest cheese, fermented for the longest time, so it has extremely good points. Very rich in calcium, phosphorus, vitamin B12, rich in beneficial fermented bacteria. Does not cause lactose allergies because the fermentation process has broken down most of the milk sugar. Very low in sodium if used in small amounts. A study from the University of Barcelona showed that older people who ate 15 grams of Parmesan every day had higher bone density and a 30% lower risk of fractures than those who did not eat it. The important thing is, use Parmesan as a nutritious spice instead of eating it in large slices. Grate it on salads, soups, or mix it into brown rice. You have a delicious meal that also protects your bones. Summary. 4 types of cheese you should eat every day are: ricotta cheese, low in fat, light on the stomach, maintains muscle, can be spread on bread, mixed with fruit to eat. Fresh mozzarella cheese, good for the heart, contains probiotics, can be eaten with salad, tomatoes, olives. Feta cheese, easy to digest, rich in calcium, anti-inflammatory, can be mixed in salads, eaten with vegetables. Real Parmesan cheese, very rich in minerals, supports bones, can be shredded on main dishes. Some notes when eating cheese properly after 60 years old. Do not use more than 2 to 3 types at the same time in one meal. Prioritize low salt, no added flavoring. Read the label carefully. Look for unprocessed, fresh, made from goat sheep milk. Combine with green vegetables, fruits, beans, nuts to optimize calcium and vitamin K2 absorption. In the next section, you will be guided how to choose the right type of cheese in the supermarket. Tips to identify poor quality products. Advice from a geriatrician on safe daily intake. Are you ready to change cheese? Just by switching from cheddar to real Parmesan, from cream cheese to ricotta, you can lower your blood pressure, maintain your muscles, sleep better, protect your bones to 80 and beyond. How to choose the right cheese at the supermarket. You already know which cheeses to eat and which to avoid. But when you walk into a supermarket, you'll see dozens of different types with eye-catching packaging, slogans high in calcium, low in fat, naturally fermented ... So how do you know which cheeses are really good for people over 60 and which are cleverly packaged health traps? Take a look at the following instructions, along with advice from leading geriatric nutritionists. 1. Read the ingredient list carefully. If you see these, put them down immediately. Keywords to avoid. processed cheese, cheese food, cheese product. These are usually industrially processed cheeses, containing vegetable oils, emulsifiers, and little real milk. Hydrogenated oil, vegetable shortening. Signs of trans fats, causing inflammation, clogging blood vessels, increasing the risk of stroke. Artificial flavor, color added, preservatives. Additives that are difficult for the elderly to eliminate, causing the liver and kidneys to work too hard. Note: a beautiful golden cheese does not mean quality. That color may come from synthetic colorants, not from natural milk. 2. Prioritize cheeses with as few ingredients as possible. Experts recommend that a quality cheese should have only 3 to 5 ingredients, including milk, salt, starter cultures, natural curd. For example, a block of real Parmesan will say, ingredients, milk, salt, rennet. In contrast, a slice of industrial cheese can list up to 15 ingredients, most of which are not healthy. 3. Recognize naturally fermented cheeses. Cheeses should have phrases like, aged for 12 months, contains live and active cultures, traditional fermentation. Naturally fermented cheeses are not only good for digestion, but also contain vitamin K2, probiotics, and digestive enzymes, which are important factors in helping older adults absorb calcium effectively. 4. Avoid pasteurized cheese spreads. Some products, such as cheese sticks, pasteurized cheese melts, and canned cheese sauces, have all of their beneficial bacteria destroyed during the heat treatment process. Dr. Mark Eldridge warns, if a cheese product can be left out at room temperature for months without spoiling, it is no longer a natural food. In particular, the elderly with weak intestinal microflora should stay away from these products to protect their digestion and immune system. 5. Prioritize quality brands recommended by experts. Some highly rated brands in the United States and Europe for people over 60 years old include Parmesan Reggiano DOP, real cheese, aged, no additives. Mount Vitos Feta, made from sheep, goat milk, naturally fermented. Organic Valley Ricotta, organic, low in salt. Belgiuso fresh mozzarella, no preservatives. Note: prioritize products labeled USDA, organic, non-GMO, or clearly originating from traditional cheese-making regions such as Italy, France, Greece. 6. Buy in small quantities, use within 3 to 5 days. Do not buy large blocks of cheese that are stored in the refrigerator for a long time. Elderly people should divide into small portions for each meal. Prioritize small packages of fresh cheese, sealed packages. Do not use if you notice a strange smell, the surface is slimy, or the color is unusually cloudy. Tips: combine cheese with foods rich in vitamin K to help bones absorb calcium more effectively. Doctor's warning: not all low-fat cheese is good. Some cheeses labeled low-fat actually have had their natural fat removed, but have added thickeners or sugars to improve flavor. Be wary of fat-free processed cheese. Low-fat cheese spread. Dr. Rachel Kim recommends. Natural fat from milk, in moderation, is much better than artificially reduced fat products. Choosing the right cheese is not just a matter of taste. It is an important part of a strategy for living a long, healthy, and drug-free life after 60. Start today by reading labels more carefully, choosing naturally fermented cheeses, and staying away from processed cheeses. You know which cheeses to avoid, which to eat, and how to choose the right ones. But the truth is, many people over 60 are still silently sabotaging their health because of small habits related to cheese. 5 common mistakes when eating cheese after 60. Mistakes 1. Eating cheese as a main dish rather than as a supplement. Cheese is rich in energy and rich in flavor, but for older people, it is recommended to only eat 15 to 30 grams at a time, which is about 1 to 2 thin slices or a few spoonfuls of crumbs. If you eat cheese as a main dish, you may be consuming 3 times the amount of fat and sodium needed. Mistakes 2. Eating cheese late at night. A study from the Mayo Clinic found that eating cheese after 8 p.m. in people over 60 can cause difficulty sleeping, cause bloating, heartburn, increase the risk of nighttime indigestion. Solution: eat cheese in the morning or at noon for best absorption and without affecting sleep. Mistake 3. Use with salty foods and white starch. For example, salty crackers plus cheese double the sodium. White bread with cheddar causes increased blood sugar, belly fat accumulation. Solution: combine cheese with whole wheat bread, tomatoes, green vegetables, avocados, eggs, fiber fruits such as pears, apples, blueberries. Mistake 4. Not changing the type of cheese for a long time. Eating the same type of cheese for many months in a row can cause an imbalance in intestinal microorganisms and other nutrient deficiencies. Solution: rotate 3 to 4 good cheeses a week, such as fresh mozzarella, feta, ricotta, parmesan. Mistake 5. Overuse low-fat or non-fat industrial cheese. Many people think that choosing fat-free cheese is good, but in fact, these products often contain thickening additives, may add sugar or refined starch, no natural enzymes or probiotics. The right choice: use pure, naturally fermented cheese, low in salt, in small amounts daily. Note to adjust cheese if you have chronic diseases such as high blood pressure. Avoid cheese with more than 200 milligrams of sodium per serving. Priority: ricotta, fresh mozzarella, low-salt goat cheese. Diabetes: avoid combining cheese with fast starches such as white bread, pasta. Priority to use cheese with green vegetables, avocado, nuts. If cholesterol is high, avoid cream cheese, industrial cheddar. Use small amounts of real Parmesan or goat feta, rich in good fatty acids. 7-day roadmap to get acquainted with healthy cheese for people over 60 years old. Day 1. Start gently. Breakfast can be 1 slice of whole wheat bread plus ricotta, plus a few slices of ripe pear. Lunch, eat green salad plus 1 tablespoon of grated feta. Day 2. Easy to digest, not full. Breakfast can be cold oatmeal plus 1 tablespoon of ricotta plus blueberries. Lunch, eat grilled chicken breast plus steamed vegetables plus fresh mozzarella. Day 3. Light probiotic supplementation. Breakfast, eat boiled eggs plus cherry tomatoes plus mozzarella. Lunch, eat chicken soup plus 1 tablespoon of grated Parmesan. Day 4. Balance calcium vitamin K. Breakfast can be black bread plus butter plus 1 slice of feta. Lunch: whole wheat pasta stir-fried with vegetables plus Parmesan. Day 5. Increase energy, anti-inflammatory. Breakfast: salty oatmeal plus ricotta plus spinach. Lunch: brown rice plus grilled salmon plus salad. Day 6. Easy to digest for weak digestive systems. Breakfast: vegetable omelette plus mozzarella. Lunch: carrot soup plus ginger plus 1 tablespoon Parmesan. Day 7. Rich in good fats, anti-aging. Breakfast: whole wheat bread plus sliced apples plus goat cheese. Lunch: large salad plus avocado plus walnuts plus feta. After 7 days, many people share that better sleep, less joint pain in the morning, less constipation, light stomach, increase feeling full of energy when waking up. Summary: what happens if you change your cheese eating habits? You will reduce the risk of osteoporosis, stroke, high blood pressure. You will digest easier, sleep better. You are investing in your long-term health instead of eating according to old habits. A small change in your cheese choice can be the first step to living healthy, proactively, and enjoying old age to the fullest. A suggestion for you: check your refrigerator now. Is there any cheese that should be thrown away? Tomorrow, try starting with a breakfast of ricotta and fruit. Share this video with your loved ones, because you may help them live many precious years. See you in the next videos, where old age health is no longer a mystery, but a proactive, powerful, and worthwhile journey.